morning students, welcome students to the 10th chapter of Geography of Standard 8th. Name of the chapter is Field Trip. Now in this chapter we are going to study how geography it can be studied through the field visit and what is the importance of that and what are the different things that are related with the field study that we are going to study. Now the field trip is an important method of geography. Through field trips, one can get first-hand experience of geographical factors and process. So, what is told here, by doing the field trips, field visit and all, we can get the first-hand experience of the geographical factors. जो भी चीज़ें हैं हमको वहाँ पे फर्स्ट हैंड इन्फॉर्मेशन मिलेगा. मीन्स डायरेक्टली वी आर विजिटिंग एंड वी आर गेटिंग द इन्फॉर्मेशन. फॉर एग्जाम्पल सी दिस geography textbook. We can't tell that it is a first-hand information because you people you have not written. Means some other person they have done the study and afterwards they have written the book. So geographical concepts can be understood. Geographical field trips are useful for understanding the relationship between man and environment. So by studying the geographical factors, we can understand how man and environments how they are interrelated with each other. It is essential to plan the field trips according to the topic, place and duration of the visit. So whenever we are planning a trip, field trip is planned. So at that time we have to first select the topic, place and the duration, means time, how much time it will be needed for doing the field trip. Now one of the important objectives of a field trip is to pay a visit to an office in order to understand the kind of work done there. So अगर जैसे कि हम लोग field trip plan करें, visit to an office, so by going there, after going to the office, what we are going to study, we will be studying what kind of work is done in that office. So different types of informations are collected during the field trip. For this purpose, a questionnaire is prepared. After compiling the information, a report is prepared. So when you are going to visit an office and all, so you will be studying about what type of work is done. So at that time, there you have to ask various types of questions to the people. So it is necessary that already we have to prepare a questionnaire that what type of questions we are going to ask to the people there. And after the completion, means after doing the field trip, a report has to be prepared on that field visit. Next is the preparation for the field trip. What preparation we have to do? Now a copy of the questionnaire, means the questions has to be already prepared and kept. A notebook we have to take. Camera is necessary. Pen, pencil, etc. So all these things are necessary. Prior permission should be obtained from the concerned office before fixing the date and time of the visit. Now if you want to visit an office, so directly हमें कोई अंदर लेगा क्या वहाँ पे? No. So prior means first what we have to do, first we have to take the permission before planning the, जब हम प्लान कर रहे हैं तो जाने से पहले हमको permission is needed. Along with that, care should be taken not to damage anything during the course of the field trip. So whenever we are doing the field visit, at that time we should not damage the things. In this lesson, a sample questionnaire regarding a visit to the election office has been provided. So we in the lesson afterwards we will be studying, means what type of questions we can ask. So please go through the questionnaire. This kind of questionnaire is used for obtaining information for any office. So here some examples are given of the questions, means what type of questions we can ask. On the basis of the following questions, you can prepare your own questionnaire for a visit to the following process. So wherever, means any place, whatever we are going to select. So based on that topic, we have to prepare different types of questions. Now यहाँ पे दिया है example तलाटी officers or a visit to a small scale industry. So questionnaire is given. Now visit to the election division office at the taluka and district level यहाँ पे दिया है. So what type of questions are asked? So first question is name of the office. You have to ask. What is the designation of the chief at this office? Post क्या है chief का? What are the different duties performed by this office? मतलब what are the different works they are doing? Who directs the work carried out in the election divisions? Who is directing the work, giving the work to the election division? Which are the various elections conducted through these office? कौन कौन से elections होते हैं? From where do they get additional manpower required during the election? If more manpower is needed, so at that time from where they are getting that manpower? How many days prior to election is the notice given? Elections के कितने दिन पहले notice दिया जाता है? What does the work of enlisting new voters and updating the electoral list? मतलब process क्या है? New voters का नाम update करने का, who does? मतलब who is doing all that work? Who conducts the training program for the elections? Training कौन provide करता है for the elections? Which are the license issued by the office during the elections? How many people are appointed by the polling center of the polling center during the voting के टाइम पे कितने peoples को appoint करते हैं? When is the voting of officials appointed for election duty taken and how? Is the timing of voting extended under the special circumstances? कुछ special situations आ जाते हैं, so at that time voting time extend करते हैं क्या? What efforts are taken to make the process of voting transparent? Means transparent करने के लिए voting process को what efforts are taken? Tell the advantages and disadvantages of the voting machine. मतलब we can take the view what is the advantages, उसका benefits क्या है, what are the disadvantages of the EVM machines. How are voting machines obtained, from where they are getting, since when the voting machines begin, use कब से use कर रहे हैं voting machines. What action needs to be taken if the voting machines becomes full faulty, कभी machines काम नहीं करते तो what methods they are doing at that time. How means how they are carrying out the voting process. How was voting conducted earlier, EVM machines के पहले, how voting was done. Code of conduct is applicable for how many days before and after the elections. Code of conduct कब से स्टार्ट हो जाता है, इलेक्शंस के पहले एंड आफ्टर इलेक्शंस. मतलब एट दैट टाइम मीन्स वो कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट क्यों लगाते हैं? टू कंट्रोल द माल प्रैक्टिसेस. माल प्रैक्टिसेस नहीं होना चाहिए. कोई वोटर्स है ना, जो कैंडिडेट्स होते हैं ना, सो दे कांट टेल द, मतलब वो ऐसे वोटर्स के वोट्स खरीद नहीं सकते बाय टेलिंग दैट, बाय गिविंग सम मनी और सो. फॉर स्टॉपिंग ऑल दैट थिंग्स द कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट इज बीइंग अप्लीकेबल बिफोर द इलेक्शन, आफ्टर द इलेक्शंस. विच डिपार्टमेंट डू यू सीक हेल्प फ्रॉम to conduct the elections? Any other which department is helping during the elections? In which circumstances are begin elections held? What do you do if the candidates get equal votes? कभी कभी equal votes आ जाते हैं, so in such situations what they are doing? Who declares the end result of the election in the public? Declaration is made by whom of the elections? Does the office maintain records of the earlier elections? पहले elections के records रखते हैं क्या? Do you issue certificates to the elected candidates and who sign these certificates? Election जो elected candidates रहते हैं उनको certificates दिया जाता है. If yes, then who is giving them that certificates? So these are some of the different questions. कहाँ पे है ये, कहाँ पे पूछे गए हैं? Some we are going to visit the election division office at that time. तालुका और डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल पे विजिट करते हैं. So this type of questions can be asked. Report writing. After you collect the information from the office you visited, you have to write a report. So here whatever the information we are collecting, so from based on that information, we have to write a report. So you can use maps, tables, layouts, graphs, pictures and photographs for the same. So while writing the report writing, so we can make use of maps का use कर सकते हैं, tables, layouts, graphs, pictures जो भी हम लोग ने क्लिक किया रहेगा, photographs. So for doing the report writing we can make use of all that things. Now write report as per the following points. Now while writing the report, so some steps we have to follow. So what are the things we have to follow? यहाँ पे सब कुछ points दिए गए हैं. For example, first is the introduction. पहले हमको क्या mention करना पड़ेगा? Introduction. Next is the personal working in the office. Third one is the nature of the work in the office. That is what type of work is done in the office. Problems encountered and solutions. So while doing the work, what are the problems they are facing and what are the solutions for that problems? About that we have to mention. Fifth is the acknowledgement and last is the list of the references. Now present the report in class either in individually or in a group. So based when you are going to write a report, so after finishing your report writing, so this report can be presented in the class individually. Person report writing इंडिविजुअली यू कैन प्रेजेंट और इन अ ग्रुप. जैसे कि फील्ड स्टडी वगैरह करते हैं तो फील्ड स्टडी में कभी कभी क्या होता है, सर जो फील्ड स्टडी पर्सन्स करते हैं तो समटाइम्स इंडिविजुअली बाय ए सिंगल स्टूडेंट इट कैन बी डन और इट कैन बी डन बाय ए ग्रुप ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स. सो इट डिपेंड्स ऑन दैट ऑन द स्टडी. सो रिपोर्ट कैन बी प्रेजेंटेड बाय इंडिविजुअली बाय ए पर्सन और इन अ ग्रुप्स इट कैन बी प्रेजेंटेड. The students of a particular school along with their teachers made a field visit to the Tehsildar office. So they prepared questionnaire for understanding the entire election process. And after meeting the chief electoral officer, they collected this information. And after completion and the preparation of a report, they made use of it for the school elections. तो यहाँ पे सी अभी हम लोग ने जो क्वेश्चंस देखे थे, सो वो क्वेश्चंस उसी का एग्जांपल्स है. जैसे कि स्टूडेंट्स ऑफ अ स्कूल, सो अलॉन्ग विद देयर टीचर्स दे वेंट फॉर ए फील्ड विजिट. कहाँ पे हम लोग गए थे? इन द तहसीलदार ऑफिस दे वेंट. एंड फॉर दैट मीन्स फॉर अंडरस्टैंडिंग द प्रोसेस, एंटायर इलेक्शन प्रोसेस कैसे होता है, For understanding that, no, the students know they have prepared a questionnaire so that they can collect the informations. So after meeting the chief electoral officer, they collected that information. They have asked different types of questions उन लोग ने पूछा था. And after getting the information, after asking that question, they have got the informations. And after the completion, means after the field visit, what they have done, they have prepared a report. And that information they have used where जब उनके स्कूल में elections हो रहे थे, so in the school election process they have made use of that informations. So here pictures of the election process जैसे कि यहाँ दिया ना, where some pictures has been given. Visit to the election office का दिया है, electoral process का samples दिया है, electronic voting machines के बारे में दिया है. So all that informations have given. So students, in this chapter we have studied about the field visit, how field visit is carried, how it is useful. मतलब क्यों यूजफुल है, क्योंकि उससे हमको क्या मिलता है, we can get the first hand information by doing the field visit. And for going the field visit, so before going we have to make some preparations. So सबसे ज़्यादा important क्या है, first we have to take the permission wherever we are going. And after that some important things are there, जैसे कि notebook, pen, pencil, camera, that are the important things that we have to carry. And we have to maintain the discipline, we should not harm the environment and all. And for getting the information we have to prepare the questionnaire. और उसके बेस पे ही whatever the information we are getting, based on that we have to write a report also. Report writing is done. So this we have studied in this chapter. So students, hope you have understood the chapter. Thank you.